They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall.
Right, gather blackness meaning they're gonna be confused. They ain't gonna know what to. When this start coming towards their eyes, they're not gonna know what to do. All you gotta know is this. This is coming. Let me show them.
Yeah.
Right here, like this. This is that's a nice backdrop. This is coming because of your sins and your transgressions. And you never asked the Lord to forgive you. You never acknowledged your sins and your transgressions. So that's why it's coming. Alright? Go ahead.
Come. It says, they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march every one on his ways. And they shall not break their ranks. Just to back up the point like you said earlier.
Yeah.
You know? Like the elder was going to earlier, these missiles they're not gonna miss America, man. They're gonna hit America, all these missiles.
They're gonna knocking on heaven's door.
That's
like,
right.
Like the song goes.
That's right. Because you got out there a bunch of articles and a bunch of news out there, bullshit news, that America has self-defense missile systems, and that that it works, and that they're testing it, and they bullshit like that. But there's no self-defense missile, whatever you call it, that's gonna defend
anti-missile system.
Yeah, anti-defense.
Which I mean, they got anti-missile systems, but not. It won't be able to handle the amount of missiles that's gonna come here. All right. But keep in mind, it's the angels really doing it. All right, go ahead.
Even if they were, like you said, even if they were to get 1 out of 200 million, what's that gonna do?
Exactly.
Nothing. Anyway, it says, like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. It's like before their faces the people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one in his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Neither shall one thrust another.
Right, in other words, they're not going to bump into each other and blow up in midair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up.
Yeah, what city? All the cities of the United States. All the major cities and the smaller cities, the smaller towns and all that. All right, go ahead.
They shall run to and fro in the city.
Yeah.
They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief.
It's talking about how the missiles are going to be dropping. That's what it's talking, dropping down on big ass buildings, dropping down on the Empire State, dropping down on all these other buildings, shattering their glass and all that, exploding, smoke every damn where, glass. People are going to be dying just for the pure glass alone. It's going to be flying. Oh, these buildings made out of glass. All right.
It says, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining.
The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Not that the Lord's going to put them out, or put them off, or take away their power of shining, is that down here in the land of America, pure smoke is going to be. Remember what Morpheus said? Morpheus said, it wasn't us. I mean, he said we don't know who did something, but we know it was us that scorched the skies, he said. Yeah, I know, I said. Go ahead.
It says, and the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it?
Right, so when this starts shooting, okay, this is coming to America. All right, this is coming to it. If for whatever country you come from, you better go back. You better go back, because God is coming with fire for America for all her sins that she did to his people, us, the Israelites. I lost your page. No, I mean, I can check it my finger.
Yeah, I got it here. Oh, the page. Oh,
Yeah. All right. So that's what's coming. So if you're from whatever country, go back, or you're gonna get this. All right. There's no hope for America, man. America had her glory days long time ago. The 50s, the 30s, the 20s, the early 1900s, the 1800s, 1700s, 1600s. America had our people in slavery, whipping us. Right. All right. So let's go. Yeah. Let's go to back to the second Ezra, man. I see people, we have to sign up, right? And I see people smiling and shit. You know, they're smiling, but it's mixed. It's really fear. It's really fear. They're looking at it and they're hoping that this don't happen, man. You know? Go ahead.
Yeah, so back to Ezra. It says 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 3. It says, "A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back?"
The sword is the nuclear missile, and it's not gonna be one sword. It's gonna be like Yaakov said, 200 million missiles. And like Yaakov said, the brother Yaakov said, he said, let's say their anti-defense system knocks out one missile. Now they got 999 missiles to go.
Yeah. And brothers sent out, I didn't look at it. I meant to look at it today. I was trying to find it. I couldn't. But you know, amongst the brothers in GMS up in New York, a couple brothers sent out a video or a documentary of how powerful one nuclear missile is. And you know, I didn't look at the whole video, but I was, you know, seeing some of the comments on my cell phone from other brothers like, damn, you know, amazing. Now, I've seen studies on the power of missiles. It's been a while. But I know for one, nuclear missiles is about 20 atomic bombs. You know? About 20 atomic bombs makes up one nuclear missile power. So, and then the video that was sent out goes into more detail. You know? But I just bring it out to go out there.
That's one missile.
There's one, yeah, one missile is like 20 atomic bombs.
So that just bring, when the scriptures talk about the lake of fire, that brings it more clearer now. There's gonna be just a lake. It's gonna look like a lake. If you're looking down, it's gonna look like a lake. The continent of America will look like a lake of fire. So at the end, America will pay for its sins, for her sins. All right?
It says, "A sword is sent upon them, and who may turn it back?"
It's God, for all these people that don't believe in God, just because you don't believe doesn't mean he don't exist. He's been watching all along. All right? Go ahead.
It says, "If fire is sent among you,"
this is the fire, the thermonuclear missiles, that he gave this technology to man to destroy themselves, to wicked men. The so-called white men, they're wicked people, man. They're the people who cause all the problems in the world today. America was founded upon bloodshed of our people, rape, robbery, murder. If you read the Bible, the same Bible that the authorities of the United States swear in on, which you're not even supposed to be swearing on anything in the first place. When you read this book, it tells you if you rape, if you rob and murder, okay, if you kill, if you murder, that will come back unto you. All right?
I got something for you. This is John. Yeah. This is John 10 verse 10. It says, St. John 10 verse 10, it says, "The thief."
Who's the thief? The so-called white man. According to the Bible, we have found out in the Spirit of God that he is the children of Esau or Edom in the Bible. All right?
It says,
and they were the evil counterpart of Jacob or the Israelites, which we are. You so-called Negroes, West Indians, Puerto Ricans, Native American Indians, you are the lost tribes of the nation of Israel. God's chosen people. The real Jews, the blacks who came here as slaves, the natives that served as slaves in Southern America, Central America. Go ahead.
It says, the thief cometh not.
Who's the thief? Who stole this land? This wasn't the white man's land.
That's right.
He stole it. Like he steals everything. Go ahead.
The thief cometh not but for to steal
White man stole,
and to kill
and he killed, murdered,
and to destroy.
and he destroyed our people. Everywhere he went. He's trying to destroy the people in the Middle East now. Just to get what they got. Oil, gold, riches.
And even our people, you know, the main plot to the whole thing, which is our people, the Native Americans, Latinos, and so-called blacks. First of all, the so-called white man is responsible and behind taking away our identity, right? Because he knows, well, first and foremost, with the image, going back to the Renaissance period, having an image of Caesar Borgia, so to speak, that white image you see in your churches.
Right, saying that God and his son looks like them.
Con.
Of course, that will come from a people that's conquering the whole world. To instill fear in people. Don't come against us because God and his son looks like us. So fight against us, you're fighting against God and his son, which was a lie. You would never find that image in the Bible. In fact, you will find the image of the Bible of him being dark-skinned with woolly hair, which today you'll call as an afro. And all the angels look like that. And the Heavenly Father, his father looks like that.
That's powerful knowledge, man.
That's powerful because
you withholding that information from the people,
right? From
the actual people of God.
Yeah.
And you know, what are you called in this society? So-called blacks or Native Americans or Native Latinos, spics, niggas, right? Because the Bible talks about proverbs were put upon Israel. Those are our proverbs. There's no other more infamous proverb than the proverbs put on our people. How else are we destroyed? Through Planned Parenthood. All right, through abortion clinics, all right, and you can't get it, you can't escape it, because the people who lead in stats of going to the abortion clinics are our people.
Yeah.
Case in point, who really leads a so-called black woman.
Yep.
That destroys our people, and there's many more examples of the ghettos. Who's responsible for that? The so-called white man, not funding cities where Israelites will dwell. Hence, the ghettos are created, man.
Yeah, and we're not a bunch of disgruntled Negroes.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. All right.
Well,
Thank you. Thank you. We're not a bunch of disgruntled men on the corner yelling this. We have the factual proof. We got the proof. All right, and it's in his history books. So now let's get back to the lesson at hand. The lesson at hand, which is yeah, we had a Jake woman and a Jake man listening, and pretty much they were just listening, and we prophesied unto them. They got the word, and the man and his wife they gave an offering of $100. Now I hope that they took heed, that hopefully in that day they'll be delivered, right? But that's up to the Heavenly Father, So if they're sincere, they'll get a blessing, and the Lord will bless them. All right.
Just to finish the precept,
Yeah.
It says, "The thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly."
Yeah, and he's talking about the 1/3. For those of us that believe in him and stick to this to the end, we will have life, and we will have it more abundantly, because right now we're living through the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's life. But we're gonna have it more abundantly when we get into his glory, his glorious kingdom that he went to prepare for us. All right? Life everlasting. That's what we're talking about. Something that the so-called white man is seeking for, the fountain of youth. All right? Since they came over here. All right?
That was it.
To live forever, never get old, right? Go ahead.
It says, back to 2nd Ezra.
And I want to retract my statement earlier while they were here. I had said that the Bible says if you rape, rob, and murder, then that should come upon you. No, you can, according to the law, during wartime, if you see some women, all right, and their husbands were killed in the war, you could take them by force. That's what the word rape means. To take by force. And have your way with them and make them your woman. So in today's term, that'll be considered rape. Alright, according to the laws of the Heavenly Father, an Israelite is justified by them. Now we're not saying to do that now. We're just saying that's in the law of the Heavenly Father. Alright?
That's right.
But
Back to 2nd Ezra.
I was trying to say that the so-called white man's gonna pay for raping us, murdering us, alright, destroying us. They're gonna pay for that because we're God's chosen people. Alright? Go ahead.
It says, 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 6, plagues are sent among you.
So like we were saying, these are God's chosen people. Alright? Our people. The ones that the so-called white man conquered and destroyed. So now a plague of fire is coming after the so-called white man. His name is Esau in the Bible. And they're gonna be destroyed. America's gonna be destroyed by this because they touch God's people. Makes sense to me. Go ahead.
That's right. It says, a fire sent among you, and who may quench it?
Ain't nobody gonna quench this fire that God's bringing to America, all right? Nobody's gonna stop this that's coming. It's in the Bible. Everybody knows of it. Okay, and this is coming. So what y'all need to do, speaking to you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, West Indians, Puerto Ricans, Native American Indians, is get yourself right before this comes to you. If you get yourself right, you don't have to be burned by this. But if you don't want to get right, then God's going to destroy you with this. It's simple. Go ahead.
It says, a fire is sent among you, and who may quench it?
No one.
Plagues are sent among you, and what is he that may drive them away?
A plague of missiles that cause fire.
Verse 6, may man drive away an hungry lion in the wood?
Nope.
Or may one quench the fire in the stubble?
Nope.
When it has begun to burn?
Nope, the answer is no. Go ahead.
May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer?
No.
The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues.
The strong archers are the other nations that got nuclear weapons capabilities. And they're gonna use them. Alright?
The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues. And who is he that can drive them away? And fire shall go forth from his wrath. And who is he that may quench it?
No one.
It says
there is no gigantic fire department in their international space station that's gonna come down to water that fire, man. Alright? Just so that you can understand. Go ahead.
It says, and he shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder.
Oh, the lightnings and thunder, all that stuff is gonna be coming from the chariots too. Stabbing people, like in that movie War of the Worlds. Alright? They even got pictures of so-called UFOs and lightning bolts coming from them, man. You know? So Esau's in for a rude awakening, man. You know?
It says, he shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? It says, the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder?
Oh, wait a minute. You see what you're reading? Now you know why they removed this out the scriptures, out the Bible, man. I thought that the religions, especially the Catholic religion, speaks of a benevolent God that does no harm to it, loves everybody. But that's not what we're reading here. Go ahead.
It says, he shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? For the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence?
Yeah, now, in a thunderstorm, when you hear that loud thunder, right? People get scared, man. It starts to quake, just like a regular thunder. Now, what he's coming with is worse than a thunderstorm. All right? It's worse than that. Go ahead.
It says, the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence.
So the Lord has his men out on the streets daily, threatening the wicked, threatening the evil people, man. Especially 2/3 of our own people, they ain't right. That they're gonna get it, they're gonna be destroyed. Threatening the so-called white man who is Edom or Esau, the Edomites in the Bible, threatening him that they're gonna get it for all their mischievous things they have done to us. Threatening all the nations to take them out of their power, their rulership. Go ahead.
It says, the earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea rises up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
now, go ahead, brother. Say something.
Oh yeah, that's evident,
I just want to say this: the ends of the world is over here, the Western Hemisphere. Because remember, everything began in the East. So the other end is the other side is what the Western Hemisphere, the United, Canada, United States, South America, Central America. And all the islands, surrounding islands. All right, go ahead.
It says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow.
So it was the Lord that gave man the technology to make this, right? So that the nations, the so-called white men, the Edomites, and the other nations could destroy themselves with it. All right? So he made them set a trap for themselves.
For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp.
Nuclear missiles.
And shall not miss. Going into what we brought out before, like the elder Goat went into before. And then we proved through the chapter Joel that these missiles are not gonna miss their target. All right, you understand that? Missiles will be shot in America, and they're gonna hit it. All right?
That's right. Well, it's a big target.
Yeah.
Can't miss.
It says, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
Yeah.
Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out until it consume the foundation of the earth. Like it's an arrow.
And it's not talking about the whole earth neither. It's talking about 100% of America. The land of Israel is going to get burnt 100%. Except the difference is we're going to be able to inhabit it. And then, maybe other parts. But it's mainly talking about America. All right? There's going to be neutral places that are not going to get hit.
It says, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot off of a mighty archer, returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again.
And that hasn't happened yet. It's gonna happen. All right. This is talking about the so-called Armageddon. All right.
It says,
the battle of Armageddon. Go ahead.
It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days.
And Esdras said, woe is me, who shall he was afraid of these visions that the Lord gave him. And those days, he said that just show you reincarnation. He said, who shall save him in those days? Because he knew he was going to come back again in the future, in the last day. Yeah, let's keep on going.
Yeah, there's a lot. It says, woe is me,
right.
Who will deliver me in those days?
Right, because he knew he was going to be coming back again in the future. All right? The people of the ancient world were more spiritual than the people of today. They understood that. They understood you come back again, that you regenerate.
That's right.
Job knew it, Ezra knew it, all the prophets knew it. All right, go ahead.
It says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils.
Powers, talking about the people in rulership, will stand in fear because it's nothing they can do. The international bankers won't be able to do shit. The governments of the United States won't be able to do shit. None of the governments of the other nations in the world will be able to do shit. They won't be able to do nothing but cry and kiss their ass goodbye when these missiles begin to fly.
Yeah,
all right,
that's right.
That's what's gonna happen. All right.
It says,
and that's the Z of the game. All right. But
it says, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation.
Now, before the missiles are shot, famine is coming to the land of America, meaning there's going to be nothing for you to eat, nothing for anybody to eat unless you got the mark of the beast. And if you take the mark of the beast, if you're an Israelite, the Most High is going to kill you. Okay? So you got, it's the days of pure faith is coming, where you're going to live by, it is written, for man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word of the Lord. By every word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. He'll make a way for you to eat. Okay? Go ahead.
Just to elaborate on what you said, which is good to meditate on, man. Like the elders just said, yeah, there's many ways. Well, there's another way you can have a famine. There's going to be a shortage of food once the society breaks down and the stock market crashes, right? But also, like the elder mentioned, the chip. You know, for you to eat also, you're going to have to take the RFID chip. And that's going to create a big famine because, you know, well, the people who don't accept it, they're not going to be able to eat also.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't accept it, two things can happen. You're chosen of the Lord and the Lord will take care of you. And if you're not chosen of the Lord, then you're just gonna die. They're just gonna kill you, throw you in concentration camps, kill you.
That's right.
All right? Slot.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, verse 19, it says, behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
Right.
Yeah. Scourges mean beatings.
Right.
All right. And amendment means a correction.
Right.
So all these things that are happening upon America, well, and it's for to come. All right. Those are all to correct your ass, man.
Right.
Really to put everything in its right place, which is America's gonna be out of here where it deserves to be, nothing left. And then all you people be burnt to a crisp, man.
Yeah, because America's getting worse, man. I mean, it's getting worse. It's coming to a point where, first of all, they keep on taking your God-given rights away.
Yeah, God-given.
It's coming to a point where anything goes now, man. You know, and it's disgusting, man. All right. So you know, you know what I'm saying? The Lord got to cut this short and deliver us because it's getting worse and worse.
Well, just to back you up once again, if you think we're bullshitting, things are getting worse and worse. Like Ella just mentioned, here's an example. In Canada, and they're going to try to pass it in the U.S. too, where they're trying to have, when you have the people campaigning, when you're born, that you not be identified as a gender, or a male or a female. All right, that's madness, man. You know, so here it is in this fucking the devil's den. You know, you can walk around and you can walk around and not be identified as a gender, man.
They're gonna start giving babies, newborn babies, sex changes as soon as they're born, man.
Which means the so-called white man, he's saying, you know what the hell with what the Most High did? I could rename everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Frankenstein.
I could call the sun
call the sun the moon. Call the sun the moon and the moon the sun.
That's right.
That's what this damn devil is doing, man. Why? Because let me get Psalms 14 and 1. That's why this damn devil gotta go, man.
Psalms chapter 14, verse 1. The fool hath said in his heart,
So-called white man is a fucking fool.
that's right. The fool hath said in his heart, there is no God.
So that's why they come up with all this craziness, man, and allow it because they're like, because all these years Esau thought that the Most High was with him.
Yeah.
The white man conquered our people, the Lord's people, and the Most High didn't do nothing. So they're saying, well, damn, the Most High gotta be with us if there is such a thing as the Most High. Or they'll say, well, damn, nothing happened to us, so maybe there isn't no Most High. So let's keep on doing what we want to do. See? Sounds 50. Sounds 50. I mean, Ecuador, you would be, I believe, Asher, right? Ecuadorian? Ecuador. I believe you would be. Is that by Brazil? I'm sorry. Ecuador is next to what?
I think they're
Ecuador is the best in the world. What's the matter?
No, Ecuador. ¿A dónde queda Ecuador?
Cerca de Colombia.
Oh, Colombia, Asher.
Asher, yeah.
Ok, pues tú eres un israelita de la tribu de Aser.
¿Qué era eso?
Aser es una de las tribus de la nación de Israel, ¿no? La gente de Dios.
Yo soy dueño. Yo soy dueño.
Sí, tú eres un israelita, tú eres una israelita, hija de Dios.
Estoy sin casa, soy joven.
Yeah. Pero tú tienes que orar y rezar al Señor que te ayude. Okay? Yeah.
Yo les tengo una apoyo, pero a mí me han tratado muy mal.
Ok, pues. Ok. Pues.
No me han dado nada. Yo trabajaba
Sí.
con marihuana.
Pues ¿sabe qué? Mejor irte para atrás para Ecuador. Porque el Señor viene a castigar esta nación. Con esto, con fuego. Porque los Estados Unidos cuando empezaron, ¿qué hicieron? El hombre llamado blanco, ellos son los hijos del diablo. Cuando ellos llegaron, ellos mataron a nuestra gente. Los indios nativos que estaban aquí, este país pertenecía a ellos. Y ellos son también israelitas de Gad. ¿Ok? ¿Ah? Los indios, sí, son nuestros...
Aquí va a haber algo bien terrible. Eso me
esto, sí.
¿Quién va a mandar esa bomba?
El Señor lo va a poner en la mente de las naciones que odian a los Estados Unidos para tirar estas bombas aquí.
Corea está a punto de llegar.
Corea, Rusia. Sí. Sí, seguro.
Yo voy a una iglesia.
Sí, ahora yo seguro por ti, pero salte de aquí. Este país el Señor lo va a destruir. Y cuando te vayas para atrás para Ecuador, dile a su gente que ustedes son hijas y hijos del Señor.
Yo sí siento que soy, aunque no tengo casa, me han hecho llorar. Yo sé que Dios está conmigo, poderoso, y en el nombre de Jesús, porque el Señor Jesús existió.
Sí, seguro, pero él no se llamaba Jesús realmente porque él era hebreo. Su nombre era Yahweh Shai. No, Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. Ese es el nombre verdadero.
Porque dicen Jesús, entonces es falso.
Eso era de una translación griega, pero él no era griego, él fue hebreo. So, cuando tú vayas a orar al Señor, ora en Yahweh Shai.